Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Shenanaguy Plays Trails of Cold Steel. The either finale or second to last. We'll see. A couple things to do real quick. One, we gotta talk to Becky to update her profile. Suck! That was the first time Hugo ever set up a food stall apparently. I can't believe he managed to rake in the same amount of dough as me, the stall master. I guess his economic theory stuff's pretty solid too. Hehe, I get that much now at least. Maybe a second time, just make sure. There's no point in stopping now after a draw. We're competing again today. The rules this time though is that we're allowed to help others, and we need to be supportive of each other. We'll probably draw again, to be honest, but who cares? We're both having a good time. Yeah, cool. Let's see. So you can go and talk to all of these people. There's a lot of people to talk to, but not all of them update profiles. So for the most part, we're just not going to talk to anybody unless it actually updates their profile. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. There's so much. I do want to talk to these two, though, because I don't remember if there's an event or not. Yo, Reed, it's been a while. Hey, Toval, did you come all this way just for the festival? Of course not. I wish, but sadly, I'm mostly here for work. Tagged along with Viscount Arcite, actually. What would he be doing here? Can't speak for the Viscount, but Toval and I came to swap info. Tensions are on the rise in Crossbell, and the forecast doesn't look pretty. That's why we need to keep as up-to-date as possible about what's going on. That makes sense. Hold on, did you say swap info? With who? Toby, long time no see. And here he comes now. But how many damn times have I told you to see me first if you're ever in Trista? You're never going to be a productive member of society if you can't take some friendly advice, Toby. How many damn times do I have to tell you to stop calling me Toby? Enough with the life advice. You're not my dad. You're just old enough to be. I wouldn't have expected the two of you to be acquainted. Heh, once upon a time I took care of this little runt. You could say that since the two of us have been stuck like glue. Yeah, you took care of me. That's sure one way to put it. Especially if you ignore the fact that you used me and turned my life into a freaking bestseller. Oh, I read that one actually. Your youth must have been quite the roller coaster, but at least it made for some good reading. By the way, who was the sister in it? She was really larger than life. Half of the book was stuff this old geezer exaggerated or made up. Okay, sure. I might have been the truth a little bit in the part where I died. I guess they've known each other for a long time now. As much as I hate to break up the good times, Instructor Sarah and Toval said that they were hoping for information. Does that make you their source? I guess you could say that, though I prefer the term information broker. It's really more of a hobby than anything. Running the pawn shop's my main gig. A hobby, says the man holding some of the most dangerous info money can buy. On that note, are we going to spend all day flapping our gums, or are we going to get down to business? Fine, simmer down, young lady. Things must be pretty dire in Crossbell right about now. I should go. I get the feeling that I'm not meant to hear what they'll be discussing. So, what novel could they possibly be talking about if somebody named Micht refers to Toval as Toby, and Toval wears a white trench coat, and it was a bestseller, and there's a sister, and this guy named Micht died. Give up? Yeah, it was Carnelia. You're right. Yep. So, Carnelia is about our dear old friend Toval here. I honestly thought that information came in later, but when I saw the two of them talking in the cutscene, I was like, oh wait, this looks familiar. So, yeah. Anyway, see what she's up to. It's been some time, Reen. It really has, Viscount Arsene. Good to see you. I see you brought Klaus with you. I wouldn't miss Lady Laura's concert, even if all my bones were broken and I had to drag myself to this academy. I understand Klaus's appearance, but you have more important matters to attend to than a school concert, Father. I'm glad to see that you both made it, but it would be a lie to say I'm not worried. She has a point. Was it okay for you to leave the courageous? Your fears are misplaced. The situation abroad may be somewhat shaky, but with the courageous isn't a military vessel. While I and the crew think it's regrettable we've reached this point, it's not our place to intervene. We intend to escort Prince Oliver to the peace talks. Nothing more, nothing less. I see. So that's what's going on in Crosswell. However, our duty does not change the fact that we are here for a brief respite. My lord, please purge all thoughts of political machinations from your mind and enjoy yourself while you're here. My thoughts exactly. In fact, I'd like to take this opportunity to finally explore your academy. Would you mind guiding us around, Laura, if you so desire? Have a good time, you three. Cool. Let's see, what other events do we have? Okay, we've got some classmates inside the main building. Oh, by the way, I was actually wrong. You do not need to do the bike event and spend 2 tickets at the festival. It's the bike event or spend 2 tickets at the festival. Those are the requirements for the final event scene. So everything's okay back at the company then. I'm surprised you managed to find the time to make it over here. Especially with everything that's happening in Crossbell. As I've told you before, time is something you make, not something you find. And as a member of the board of directors, the Academy Festival is exactly what I needed to make up for. How else would I be able to see how the Academy is being run? My, what impressive time management. I can only hope your logistical wizardry helps you put the pieces of my company back together. Was that supposed to be a jab at my new self-supporting accounting system? You may not have noticed, but times have changed. Increasing efficiency is the only way a corporation can remain successful. Your policies might have worked when you were the chairman, but they do nothing but hurt the company if enacted today. Funny how all that efficiency makes communication and cooperation between divisions so much harder. That's just what happens when a corporation develops and grows. A problem, perhaps, but a necessary one. Bah. Ugh, will you two just drop it? You haven't seen each other in 5 years, and the first thing you do is start arguing? I, for one, am overjoyed to see how well these two seem to get along. Well? What do you mean, well? Are we talking about the same people? I think this might actually be how they get along. Still, I hear young Machias's grades place him comfortably at the top of his class. You must be incredibly proud. I'm certainly pleased from an academic perspective, but I'm amazed by Eustace's balance of academics and athleticism. And despite his many achievements, he always looks so calm and composed. He clearly took after you in that regard. Dots. Well, I can't say I saw this coming. I've heard that the two of them will be singing together during Class 7's concert. What would you say to sitting together during the performance? It only seems fitting, after all. You can't be serious. What a marvelous idea. I would be happy to. I can only hope that my son doesn't bring your brother any embarrassment on the stage. Dad? They're from opposing factions, but I guess their duties here would have them interacting quite a bit. It actually seems like they're pretty good friends, too. And that leaves us... second floor. And then the rooftop. And then we can move on. Yep. Elliot, my sweet boy, why do you shrink from your father's loving embrace? Because it's embarrassing. Fiona, a little help, please? This is the first time we've been together in so long. It wouldn't be right for me to intrude on your bonding time. Unless, however, Dad gets too carried away, in which case he should expect a severe scolding later. Ugh. You resemble your mother more with each passing day, Fiona. Looks like Fiona rules the roost here. Oh, Reen! How nice to see you, Reen. It's been too long. Agreed. Thank you for coming, Lieutenant General. I know you're incredibly busy. Think nothing of it. Nothing in the world could keep me from seeing my beloved son take the stage by storm. Admittedly, this does make things more difficult for Neidhart. He's at Grellia Fortress right now, right? That he is. I've left him in charge of maintaining contact with the other armored divisions. If our circumstances weren't quite so precarious, I would have allowed him to remain here to attend the festival. But I'd bet anything he'll be a commander someday, so I figured he might as well get some good experience in. I suppose so. Things must be really tense over at Crossbell. Still no sympathy for your subordinates, I see. Dad's mercilessness aside, best of luck on your performance, Elliot. Try to put on a show that will leave even this stubborn old man flabbergasted. Old man? I'll definitely try. Besides, I've got to prove that I've come a long way since I first entered the academy, and the rest of us will be there to help you do so. Yes, we will. Next is the art room, which is... Third one? Yeah, the third one. Look at them both, taking it all in. Especially Toma. This is his first time he's set foot outside of the Highlands, after all. You can almost see his eyes sparkling. I'm glad he's having a great time. Same here. My decision to come to Thor's meant that now Toma's been able to see another part of the world for himself. Who knows? Perhaps this is the way the winds and the goddess wanted it to be. Reen! It's good to see you again. Sorry to bother you out of the blue. Glad to see you two could make it all the way out here. But I heard you two ran into trouble on the way here. What happened? Well, we stayed the night at my house in Heimdall yesterday, you see. Then Toma here thought it would be a great idea to get lost while exploring the city. It wasn't my fault. How was I supposed to know it would be so big? Or be so full of people? Don't worry. I had just the same reaction when I first visited. At least they found you safe and sound. How are things back in Nord? Over here, it's hard not to feel the tension at Crossbell border, but I'm curious if it's the same there. To be honest, it hasn't really had any effect on Nord. Should things take a turn for the worse, Zendergate is ready to react. Lieutenant General Vander seems to have a handle on the situation, though. He also got his permission to go through really quickly. Sounds like we have a lot to thank him for. Indeed. I hope I'll have the chance to do so personally at some point. But that's enough for this series talk. Have a good time today, both of you. Will do, yeah! Alright. And that leaves but the rooftop. Let's see, where are they at? Oh! These two? This is some great pie, isn't it? It really is. It reminds me of the pies your mom used to bake for us. It really does. Nobody in town made better pies. Are they on a date? What are these two up to? The rooftop's the best, but now I want a nap. I don't know how I know anyone who loves anything as... I don't think I know anyone who loves anything as much as you love naps. This might be my last chance for a good rooftop nap, too. Even she's concerned about what's happening in Crossbell. Yes, she is. Wait. Oh, here you are. Are you two already done looking at the attractions? Not a chance. We're just taking an itsy-bitsy little break. We're locked in a death match, and the upper hand is mine. You're not taking me down that easy. I've turned the tables before, and I will turn the tables again. I don't know if I ever see you this serious, Milliam. Hehe, I'm gonna win and tell Lecter all about it later. I'll brag to him sooner, but he couldn't end up making it to the festival. That captain from the intelligence division? Yeah, he went off to Crossbell this morning. And once again, Milliam casually reveals military secrets to everyone within earshot. What could have happened that they needed him in Crossbell so quickly? Things must be really bad over there. Yeah, things must be really bad over there. We'll figure out just how bad if we ever get a chance to play the games. Now all that's left for us to do is to go to the engineering building. Wait a second. The old schoolhouse. I was thinking talking to George, but George is at the old schoolhouse, not the engineering building. Why do they have the dots? Oh right, that reminds me. Are you doing okay, Reen? Are you worried about us being tired after last night? I got a lot of rest, so I'm feeling fine. That's good, but you can see why I'd be concerned after you tell me you fought some sort of nightmare shadow beast. Okay, now you've got my attention. What's all this about? Oh yeah, something went down here last night, didn't it? It certainly had all of you running, but I never found out what happened. Where do I even start? Anyway, Reen, don't you worry about the trouble outside the academy for now. The only thing that should be on your mind is the concert this afternoon, because I'm really excited to see it too. You mean it? Okay, we won't let you down. Or that was a haha, not a whom. Whoops. To the old schoolhouse. I thought because they had the dots, maybe there's like a little side quest thing or something that I've never caught, but no, it was just more dialogue. Come to think of it, isn't George down on the 7th floor? Still got a while before Elisa arrives. Maybe I should take him something to eat. Descend to floor 7. Elise should be close now, so I'd better see George and head up before she gets here. Wait, I forgot to actually buy him something. Whoops. Guess I'd better go grab something tasty from one of the nearby stalls. Warped! I'm assuming we just descend straight through the dark tunnel to the random statue.
Hey there, guys.
Oh, what's up, Reen?
I see curiosity got the better of you too, eh? No helping that, I guess. I wondered if maybe you'd found out anything about it. Oh, I brought you a little something to eat, too.
Oh, thanks. I was just thinking I could use a little sugary pick-me-up to get my brain back on track. Oh, this is one tasty-looking apple pie. Oh, thanks. I'm feeling all fired up now.
I guess he does like apple pies. Dots.
You seem pretty taken with this thing, huh? Can't say I blame you, though.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Whatever it is. So, what do we know so far?
I'm glad you asked. The deeper I look into it, the more fascinating it seems. It's not just a statue or anything like that. You can see those joints. This thing's clearly capable of movement. And on top of that, it's made of, well, something I can hardly even begin to describe.
Some unknown metal, then.
It's definitely not iron. And it's not one of those recently discovered special alloys either. It's some kind of fiendishly strong material that has properties of both metals and ceramics.
Like the metal that we used for our weapon?
If you knew how to manufacture it, you'd rake in so much money it'd make your head spin.
Wow, you think there's a possibility that it might be an ancient artifact?
You mean like something from the era before the Septian calendar?
I can't rule out the possibility, but in this case, my gut's telling me no. Artifacts are like black boxes. Not only do we not know what they're made from, we don't even know how they were made. This thing at least shows signs it was put together by some exceptionally skilled craftsmen and engineers. You can see it most clearly in the ornamental detailing and the joints.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Still, that basically sums up everything I do know. I've got no idea when it was made or who could even have built it. It'd help if we could at least figure out something about whoever piloted it, but no such luck there.
Piloted?
You telling me someone's actually supposed to crawl inside this thing?
Well, the measurements I've taken seem to indicate a hollow area in the chest, and it's just the right size to accommodate a single person. If I could just find some way to get it open.
Dots.
Man, it's hard to imagine that some crazy person used to strap themselves inside this thing and run around. Jellica would be happier than a pig in a mud hole if she could see this.
Dots.
No doubt about that. It's not looking like she'll be able to make it to the festival, though.
It's sad things ended up the way they did.
Hey, don't you guys go getting all weepy on me now. It's still morning. I'll bet she'll just turn up out of nowhere this afternoon like nothing even happened. And then she'll waltz right into the after party and round up all the hottest babes for herself. Again.
Still sore, are we?
It feels like so long ago now. To think that was just last year. You're right, though. It's hard to imagine her just staying put when she knows there's a party going on. I mean, I'm not trying to get my hopes up too much, but this is Angie we're talking about.
You got that right. But hey, the festival's in full swing. We should be seeing the sights, not poking around down here. What do you say the three of us cruise the campus and see if we can score some honeys?
No can do. My sister should be showing up soon, and I promised I'd show her around. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later.
All right, have fun. I think I'll pass on the honey hunting, but I guess it's a good time to pack it in for today. I don't want to miss your concert later. Been looking forward to seeing what you've been practicing all this time.
Well, I hope we don't disappoint.
I'm sure we won't. And so, we move on with the story. Exit the old schoolhouse. Almost 10 a.m., which means Elise should be here any minute now. Might be good to make my way over to the front gate and wait for her. Yes! Everyone's still happily chatting away. Hey, look, it's Elise.
Sorry for keeping you waiting.
Oh, Reen. Is something the matter? You look awfully tired. Did something happen?
You can tell, huh? I was running all over yesterday. Mainly rehearsals for our concert today and some other tests last night.
Tests? During the festival? My, they certainly don't go easy on you here.
Nope, it's a military academy. You know how it is.
Maybe you should go get some rest. You have your concert coming up this afternoon after all. I can look around on my own just fine. Though, honestly, if you're not feeling well, I'd rather take care of you.
It's nothing to worry yourself over. Really. Nah, I got enough sleep last night to keep me going strong today. If I tried to rest now, it might actually sap my energy. Besides, you came all the way out from Heimdall to visit. I'd rather spend the day with you instead. I can only hang out till noon, though. After that, we've got our final prep for the concert.
Reen. Well, if you insist. If you want to keep me company that much, I'd be happy to oblige. What should we see first, then?
Oh, maybe we can start with Class 2's indoor garden. How's that sound?
Oh, innocent Reen. We walked around the academy together, and I showed her all of the different attractions on display. Oh yeah, he's probably placing bets. Oh, nice to see them.
I took Elise around on a grand tour of the festival. We stopped by all the big class attractions, bumped into a lot of my classmates and their families, and even ran into instructor Sarah in a couple second years. By the time we'd finished seeing everything and chatting with everyone, the morning was nearly over.
Schwarzer?
Patrick? Oh, looks like Celestine's out enjoying the festivities too.
I believe you are a son of the High Arms family?
Lady Elise, you're looking simply splendid today. I was hoping you might be able to make it. How utterly heartless of you to not tell me she'd be visiting. Is that any way to treat your bosom buddy? Your dear friend?
Or perhaps it was intentional.
Sorry, wait. When did we become dear friends?
A good day to you, Master Reen. And you must be his younger sister, who I've heard so much about.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Elise Schwarzer. It's good to see you well, Lord Patrick.
Please, please, there's no need for such formalities between us. Just call me Patrick. Ah, I know. Why don't we take this opportunity to stroll the campus together?
oh man.
Schwarzer, what are you doing? What problem could you possibly have with my taking this chance to foster good relations between our families?
See, that's all well and good, but Elise hasn't made her debut into high society quite yet. Which means it's her brother's duty to shoo away the unwanted pests.
Dude.
Reen?
Shots fired.
Must you always be such a tyrant when it comes to your sister?
Come along, Master Patrick. It would be unseemly to disrupt such a beautiful display of familial dedication. There are still preparations to be made for the operetta, so I suggest we depart to tend to those soon.
Oh, is it already almost noon? Or actually noon?
A bell?
Oh, that's the noon chime. Was it really that late already?
I suppose I must turn away empty-handed for now. But I hope you're prepared, Schwarzer. When this day is over, we'll know without a doubt which of our classes is the greater.
Oh, I already know, but I guess you're about to find out. Looking forward to seeing your A game.
I think you overestimate your chances. Victory is as good as mine.
Sure it is.
I hope you'll be dazzled by my spectacular stage presence, Lady Elite. And assuming you'll be attending the after-party this evening, it would be my pleasure to share a dance.
Master Patrick, I suggest we hurry to the auditorium. Your classmates are waiting for you. If you'll excuse us, Master Reen, Lady Elise.
Celestine's a good butler.
You go to school with some rather amusing people. I would have expected a son of one of the 4 great houses to be a lot less approachable than that.
Well, class and titles can only tell you so much. Getting to know Eustace and Angelica really drove that home. At the end of the day, even the most distinguished nobles are more than just their family lineage. Though I can't really say Patrick and I are on the best of terms.
Well, if not a good friend, at least he seems to make for a spirited rival, judging by your exchange back there. It's so nice to see all these places you mentioned in your letters, too. I guess you really did make the right decision coming here after all.
Yeah, I really did. I feel lucky to have been chosen for Class 7, too. They can be an odd bunch, but I couldn't imagine my life without them now.
Thank you so much for showing me around. I wish we could spend longer together, but I know you're busy this afternoon. I'll be fine wandering around by myself for a few hours, so go on and start getting ready for your concert.
I'm really sorry to have to leave you flying solo. And maybe a little nervous now. How many other well-heeled nobles are going to crawl out of the woodwork to escort you around the festival?
I appreciate your concern, but I'm not a child anymore, you know?
Tee-hee. The two of you really are the portrait of sibling affection.
Oh, we know that voice.
What?
I know that voice anywhere.
Exclamations?
Your Highness!
And Prince Oliver, too. Good afternoon, Your Highness.
Token position though it may be, I am the chairman of the board. It's only proper that I pay a visit. I would have liked to come yesterday as well, but I'm afraid I was tied up with a few official duties.
Can you believe I had to beg him to take me along? But this is the festival! I couldn't miss it. In fact, I haven't seen you since we met at the summer festival.
Right. It's a pleasure to see you again, Your Highness. Did you come as their escort captain?
Basically. I was asked to step in on short notice to handle the security detail. I've been told Class 7 is performing a concert this afternoon. Best of luck with that.
Thanks.
Oh yes, when will the concert be starting, by the way? I'm afraid I didn't have the time to do any research beforehand.
They'll be starting around 3 p.m., although I think another of the classes will be performing an operetta before that. Still, you could have at least told me you'd be coming. This isn't the first time you've done this.
Well, I was hoping to catch the two of you clutching each other in the torrid embrace of forbidden love.
It sounds like your concert is shaping up to be a grand time, though. Would you mind terribly if I tore off my shirt and leapt on stage to join you all midway through?
We're mostly just amateurs when it comes to music, so I'm not sure that'd be such a good idea. You know, I don't see Major Vander around. Is he not with you today?
Unfortunately not. You've probably heard a few rumblings about it already, but there's been another development in the Crossbell situation today.
Exclamation.
I thought so. The Imperial Army is considering military action, aren't they?
Well, try not to worry yourself about that right now. If it helps put you at ease, I can't really see there being a war, regardless of what happens. The gulf in military power between our two nations is far too wide. It would be suicide for them to try to fight us. The Calvard Republic isn't standing idle either. So I imagine it'll end up a deadlock between superpowers.
Dads.
Under ordinary circumstances, I probably would have passed on coming today. But I thought that coming here with Alphen might actually alleviate tensions. Governor Regnitz, Rufus, and Chairman Arena are all here as well. I would presume they share the same opinion. But right now, you've got a concert to give. And I want you to focus all your energies on making it one to remember. Not for me or Alphen, or even for your schoolmates. Do it for yourself.
Thank you, Your Highness. We'll give it all we have up there today.
What's all this chit-chatting over here, you two? Care to let us in on your little gentleman's club?
And spill the secrets of our man-to-man bonding? Perish the thought. Anyway, Alphen and I would be happy to escort Elise around while you're indisposed. We'll bring her along to your concert, of course, so you needn't worry about a thing.
Cool.
Thank you, Your Highness. I'd really appreciate it.
How fortuitous.
Thank you very much. Good luck. I'll be praying for your success.
I look forward to seeing you shine up there on the stage.
Did he just walk through Alphen? It kind of looked like he walked through.
Okay, I guess I should head over to the auditorium now. We have to take care of some last-minute preparations, and I suppose I should catch Class 1's operetta, too.
Title screen. We are going to save. And we will pick up right here on our next episode of Shenanaguy Plays Trails of Cold Steel. Until then, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye for now.